Our two teams in this World Series had unusual challenges that most APBA Classic teams did not have to deal with. The 1933 Senators had to deal with the stock market crash of 1929. By 33, the stock market was worth 11% of what it was. Unemployment was 25%. The only thing that was being built was shantytowns. Their attendance in the league had dropped below 5,000, with only Detroit exceeding 1 million per season. The St. Louis Browns just passed 1 million for the entire decade. Players' wages stagnated. The Houston Astros also had a challenge. On August 26, 2017, 52 inches of rain from Hurricane Harvey fell on the city. Houston was out of town playing the Angels, and their next series with Texas, home series, was moved to Tampa Bay. After that series, when players got home, 16 of the players went to the George A. Brown Convention Center and helped with the 7,000 people who were displaced by the storm. Many Astros assisted in rebuilding of parts of the city. Some players delivered meals. Some players helped clean up damaged homes. Some players had damaged homes. Thank you for joining me for Game 5 of the World Series between Washington and Houston, 1933 Senators and 27 Astros. Here are some of the stars that we'll see today. Josh Reddick, Alex Bregman, Yuli Gurriel, Jose Altuve, Carlos Correa, and George Springer. For the Washington Senators, they will be having General Crowder, Joe Cronin, Heine Manush, Buddy Meyer. Here are the starting lineups. First for the visiting Astros, George Springer will lead off, Alex Bregman, Correa will bat third, Altuve fourth, Gurriel fifth, Reddick sixth, Brian McCann will be catching, Jake Marisnick in center, and Justin Verlander on the mound. Grade B pitcher with X modifier. For the Washington Senators, they will lead off with Buddy Meyer. Fred Schulte will bat second. Joe Cronin third. Heine Manush cleanup. Joe Cool bat fifth. Goose Goslin sixth. Cecil Travis seventh. Then we go to Luke Sewell catcher. And Alvin Crowder, grade B pitcher with a YZ modifier. Okay, we're ready to begin. George Springer steps in the box, and here's the pitch. 61 is the roll. That is a ground ball to the shortstop, Joe Cronin, and Springer is the first out. Alex Bregman, 51 is a base hit for Bregman. He is a fast runner, be at first base. With one down, we'll be using stealing ratings, master game stealing ratings, and let's see, both defensive teams are on fielding column 1. Bregman is a E30 stealer. Crowder is moved the first as +1. That's 1 to his favor, and the catcher is a +3 to his favor, so that's 4 E20, makes him an E26 base stealer. 11 through 52 are the odds, and Bregman will take off. Here's the throw. 22, he is going to be safe. In that 22 roll, if the catcher was a C8 or C7, it'd also be an error. He's a C9, so the 11 would be an error, so it's not an error. Correa is up now with 1 out and a runner on second. Here's the pitch. Correa 26 is the result. 39 on the play chart with a runner on second would be the runner out stealing third. I'm going to ignore that result. Bergman's not that busy. He would not be stealing third at this point. 26 is a 39 again. Going to ignore. 31 is a 9 against a grade B pitcher. That's going to be a single. And the runner will score. So that early steal results in a run for Houston. Correa's at first. He's an R26, which will make him an R23. He won't be going. Houston is up 1-0. Jose Altuve. 35 is another base hit. This is an infield hit for Altuve. Makes him 5 for 18. And the Astros in the series, the Astros have runners at first and second. That brings up Yulieski Gurriel. Well, start for Alvin Crowder in this game. 1-5 is going to be an 8 against a grade B pitcher. Runners on first and second. It's ground out to third base. Called by Cecil Travel. He throws the first. Both runners will advance. But now there are 2 outs. Men on second and third. Infield is playing back. Josh Reddick is the hitter. Here's the pitch to Josh Reddick. 44 is going to be a 7. That's a single to left center field. Both runners score, and the batter goes to second on the throw home. It's 3-0 Houston in the first. There's Brian McCann. 65 is a pop-up in foul territory over toward third base, and it is caught by Cecil Travis. That's the end of the first, but the Astros score 3 on 4 hits. It's Houston 3, Washington 0. Buddy Meyer will lead off for the Senators. He is 6 for 19 in the series. Justin Verlander winds and throws. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Caught by Carlos Correa. Throw to first. Buddy Meyer is retired. 1 away. Fred Schulte. 64 is a ground ball to third base. Alex Bregman has it. Throws over to Gurriel. 2 outs. Joe Cronin. 33 is a hit column roll. 65 will be a single for Joe Cronin. Senators have their first base runner. He's a fast runner, E22 stealer. Heine Manish. 64 is a ground ball to second base. Jose Altuve is up with it, throws the first. That's the end of the first inning. We go to the top of the second. 3-0 Houston. Jake Marisnick will lead off for the Astros. 64 is a strikeout. 1 down. General Crowder got his nickname. He was formerly in the Army, but he was named General Crowder after General Enoch Crowder, who was the head of the draft in World War I. Justin Verlander is the hitter. 62 is a swing and miss for strike 3. And there are 2 quick outs for the Astros here in the second. George Springer, 43, is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Alvin Crowder. Springer's retired 1-3. We go to the bottom of the second, 3-0 Astros. Joe Cool will lead off for the Senators. In 1938, he was traded to the White Sox for Zeke Bonera. And actually, Bonera had, I think, 1 good year with Washington, but that was not a good trade. Cool had some more baseball left in for the White Sox. 1-1 roll, that's a hit column roll. 1-5 is a base hit. Or no, it's a 1-5 will be a drive. It could be, it might be, it is out of here, a home run for Joe Cool. He had 11 home runs in 1933 and gets the Senators on the board. It's 3-1 now. They trail by 2. Goose Goslin. .44 is a base hit for Goslin. F28 stealing. Timeout. That brings up Cecil Travis, 302 hitter in 1933. With the adjustments, the base runner is an F32, so we're going to do a hit and run here. Here's the pitch to Travis. 41 is a 28. That result is a ground out to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. 6-3. Goslin goes to second. So with 1 out, he'll be in scoring position for Luke Sewell. The pitcher is on deck. Verlander is going to go ahead and pitch to Sewell. Here's the pitch to Sewell. 65 is going to be popped toward third base, caught by Bregman, and there are 2 outs. Pitcher General Crowder. 42 is a swing and miss for strike 3. Go to the top of the third. Astros 3, Senators 1. Alex Bregman singled his first time up. He is 6 for 19 in the series. Here's the pitch to Bregman. 22 is going to be a hit column roll. 52 is a single for Bregman. Carlos Correa. 6-6 roll. There's a drive. It might be. It could be. It is out of here for a home run. A 2-run homer makes the score 5-1. Houston, and also reduces Alvin Crowder to a CYZ pitcher. That makes Correa 2 for 2 today and 8 for 18 in the series. Jose Altuve. 26 is a strikeout. Yuli Gurriel. Ball hit on the ground to Cecil Travis. He throws over to Cool, and there are 2 away. Now Josh Reddick. 63 is a fly ball to the left fielder, Heine Manush. Makes the catch. We go to the bottom of the third. The Astros put 2 more on the board on 2 hits. Houston 5, Washington 1. Okay, Buddy Meyer will lead off for the Senators. 6 for 20 on the series. 22 is going to be a base hit for Buddy Meyer. In 1933, Buddy Meyer got into a legendary baseball brawl. Most baseball brawls are pitching and shoving, but he was in a play against the New York Yankees. Ben Chapman sliding into him and spiking Meyer, and also giving some colorful insults. The fight went into the dugout, from the field to the dugout, went from the dugout into the plane stands, or into the grandstands, and both got long suspensions for that brawl. Here is Fred Schulte. .51 is a 9 against a grade B pitcher and man on first. That's a single on an infield hit, and Washington has their first 2 hitters aboard. Joe Cronin. He is 1 for 1 and 7 for 16 on the series. Verlander checks the runners. Here's the pitch. 36 is the roll. 33 is the play result. That's going to be a high pop-up to Carlos Correa at shortstop. He makes the catch, and the player manager, Joe Corona, is retired. For the first out, here is Heidi Manush, 336 hitter in 1933. 62 is the roll. Fly ball to right field. That is George Springer. The runners will hold, and there are 2 outs. Joe Cool is the batter. 51 is an 8. That is going to be a ground ball to Alex Bregman at third. Throws over the first, 5-3. That's the end of the third. We go to the top of the fourth. Houston 5, Washington 1. Okay, Houston's 5th inning will bring to bat Brian McCann, Jake Marisnick, and the pitcher, Justin Verlander. There's the pitch to McCann. 1-3 is the roll. That's a 42. He is hit by a pitch ball. Sole runner at first. The Astros will play it safe on the base paths. Jake Marisnick. 42 is a strikeout. 1 down. Here is Justin Verlander. Verlander will square around to try and sacrifice. 33 is an 8. That's going to be a bunt. Pitcher picks it up, throws over to the second baseman covering first, and the sacrifice is good. 1-4. McCann's at second. With the runner in scoring position, Houston will not play it safe. Here's George Springer. 61 is a ground ball, a pop fly, to the shortstop, Joe Cronin, who makes the catch. Go to the bottom of the fourth, 5-1 Houston. Bruce Gosselin will lead off for the Washington Senators. Hall of Famer 297, 10 home runs in 1933. Gosselin had a hard swing. Every time he swung the bat, he swung as hard as he could. It's a good level swing. Here's the pitch to Gosselin. 28 is a ground ball to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. Scoops it up and throws to first. 1 down. Cecil Travis. He's been splitting time in the series with Ossie Bluish at third base. 56 is a pop fly to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. 2 down. And Luke Sewell comes to bat. 56 is also a pop out to the shortstop, Carlos Correa. We're at the top of the fifth, 5-1. Houston. Alex Bregman will lead off the top of the fifth. He is 2 for 2 today, 2 singles, and has scored once. 1-3 is the roll. That's a base on balls to Alex Bregman. So he has been on base all 3 times. Carlos Correa, who homered his last time up. 63 is a fly ball to center field, caught by Fred Schulte, and he is retired for the first time in this game. Jose Altuve, who is 1 for 2. 41 is a ground ball to the shortstop. He throws the second over to first, 6-4-3 double play. We go to the bottom of the fifth, 5-1 Houston. The pitcher, Alvin Crowder, will lead off for the Astros. 1-2 is a ground ball to the, that's the next modifier, so Crowder is a strikeout. As Verlander has the X on his card. And there is 1 out. Buddy Meyer comes to bat. He is 1 for 2. 43 is the roll. 29 is a ground ball back to Justin Verlander, who throws over to Yulieski Gurriel. And there are 2 outs. Fred Schulte, the center fielder. 6-6 roll, that's a hit column roll. 23 is a double for Fred Schulte. He is 2 for 3, and he'll be in scoring position with 2 outs. And Joe Cronin, the player manager, coming to the bat. 22 is the roll. That's a hit column roll. 61 is a double to left center field, scoring Schulte. And Cronin is 2 for 3, and the score is now 5-2, Houston. Heinemann is the batter. 22, that's a 7. That's going to be a single to right, scoring Joe Cronin. 5-3. And the Senators here in the 5th inning are chipping away at that lead. Joe Krulik comes to bat. He is 1 for 2. He homered in the 2nd inning to start the scoring for Washington. Here's the pitch to Joe Krulik. 56 is a swing and a miss for strike 3. And that's the end of the 5th for Washington, but on 3 hits they score 2 runs. Houston 5, Washington 3. Okay, in fatigue ratings, Verlander's rated at 25. That means he could pitch to 25 batters before he reaches his point of fatigue. And then I believe when 3 bad things happen after that, his pitching rating goes down a level. But Alvin Crowder's card in this set does not. Oh, it does. This is 31. Let's see where he's at. Yeah, he's up to 22, so he's still 9 batters away on his point of fatigue. Verlander's only 2. All right, top of the 6th inning, Yulieski Gurriel leads for the Astros. 54 is a fly ball to Goose Goslin in right field. He makes the catch, and there is 1 down. Josh Reddick. Reddick is 1 for 2, 2 RBIs. 44 is going to be a base hit for Josh Reddick. A fast runner, F27 base stealer, which goes down to F23 with the modifiers applied. Not great. Here's the pitch to Ryan McCann. 53 is an 18 on fielding column 1. It's a ground out to the shortstop, and the runner goes to second base. So 2 outs, Reddick's at second. Jake Marisnick is the batter. 56 is a strikeout. We go to the bottom of the 6th, Houston 5, Washington 3. Goose Goslin will lead off for the Washington Senators. He once told writer Lawrence Ritter that he said, "I was a big old country boy having the time of my life. It was all a lark to me, just a joyride. They didn't have to pay me. I would have paid them to let me play. Listen, the truth is, it was more than fun, it was heaven." It's kind of an attitude of the old-time ball players in those days, as they were not paid like they are today. Here's a pitch to Goose Goslin. Should be nobody on base. 1-2 is the roll. 25 is hit on the ground. It's not hit on the ground. It's an X modifier. That's going to be a strikeout for Justin Verlander. That's his 4th strikeout in the game. Cecil Travis, 32, is a ground ball to the second baseman. Jose Altuve is up with it. Throws over to Gurriel at first. 2 away. Now the catcher, Luke Sewell. Has a 6-6 roll. That's going to be a hit column roll. And that's a 34 roll. That's going to be 11. A single with the possibility of a steal. It's kind of unusual. He only had 7 steals. Okay, well, that's on the second column now. Okay, with the pitcher due up, Washington elects to bring in a pitch hitter, Sam Rice. He'll be hitting with 2 outs, and Luke Sewell, catcher, on first base. 63 is a fly ball to center field, caught by the center fielder, Jake Marisnick. And that's the last out of the 6th inning. We go to the top of the 7th, Washington 5, or Houston 5, Washington 3. Red McCall will be the new pitcher for the Senators. He pitched in Game 2 and Game 3. He has 1 2/3 innings in this series and has not given up any runs. He'll be facing George Springer. No, not. He would be facing a pitch hitter for Verlander. Hold on. Marwin Gonzalez will pitch hit for Verlander. He has 3 for 4 in the series. Chris Davinsky is warming up in the bullpen for Houston. Here's the pitch to Gonzalez. 64 is the roll. That is a foul ball. Strike one. 45 is going to be a base on balls to Marwin Gonzalez. F28 Steeler. Average runner. George Springer at the batter. 43 is a ground ball back to the pitcher. McCall. It's not. It's a Y modifier, so that's going to be a strikeout for George Springer because McCall has the Y letter on his card. Brings up Alex Bregman. 33 is a hit column roll for Bregman. He's already 2 for 2, but on base 3 times. 65, that's going to be a single. Sending the runner Gonzalez to third. And the Astros will have runners on first and third. Who, after the 2017 World Series, very publicly proposed to Miss Texas. Here's the pitch to Correa. 23 is a 12-play result, and that is on fielding column 1. Infield playing deep. It's a first base to shortstop to first base double play. So it's 3-6-3, and that ends at the top of the 7th inning and gets McCall out of a jam. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 5-3 Houston.
Our Washington Senators.
The pride of our nation's capital, our Washington Senators will win. The pride of our nation's capital, our Washington Senators will win. We'll cheer on our team to victory, so Washington Senators begin to fight. Make those hits, score those runs, play ball, everyone is proud of our team, the Senators, our Washington Senators, they're in.
Buddy Myers steps in the box to lead off the bottom of the 7th for Houston against Chris Davinsky, an A pitcher, XY modifier. 1-2 is the roll. Hit on the ground, X modifier, that's going to be a strikeout for Buddy Meyer. Jose Altuve. 1 for 3 today, run scored. 1-4 is a fly ball to left field. Heine Manisha is under it. Makes the catch. That's. Wait a minute, I forgot to change Meyer. It's fly ball to left field, and that's caught by the left fielder, Josh Reddick. That batter was Fred Schulte, and here is Joe Cronin. 1-3 is the roll. That's going to be a walk to Joe Cronin. He has been on base 3 out of 4 times. Stealing Reigns E22. And Cronin is rated fast at first base. Heine Manisha is the batter. 1 for 3 today, has an RBI. He is only 3 for 22 in the series. Here's the pitch to Davinsky. 1-3 is the roll. That's going to be a base on balls. And Davinsky has walked himself into a bit of a jam with 2 outs. Joe Cool, who homered back in the 2nd inning. Here's the pitch to Cool. 45 is going to be another walk. To load the bases. Timeout. Okay, A.J. Hinch will bring on Francisco Liriano. He'll be a grade C pitcher, YW modifiers. He'll get the one level bump up for same-handedness as he pitches to left-handed batter, Goose Goslin. So he'll be, for this batter, he'll be a B. Bases loaded, 2 outs, the infield's playing back. Here's the windup. The pitch to Goslin is a 56 is the roll, 34 is a Y. That's going to be a strikeout of Goose Goslin. And we go to the top of the 8th. Astros clinging to a 2-run lead, 5-3. Red McCall continues work for the Senators, and he will face Jose Altuve, Yulieski Gurriel, and Josh Reddick in the top of the 8th. Here's the pitch. 25 is a base hit for Jose Altuve, E32 Steeler. If Altuve tries to steal E32's stealing rating, he gets 3, plus you have to take 3 off, which makes him a 29. 11 through 55, he'd be safe. Okay, McCall's 0, moved to first. Sewell's plus 3, so he's going to try to steal. 55 is the roll, and he is just barely safe. So with that steal of second by Altuve, it is no outs right on second. Yulieski Gurriel is the batter. 42 is the roll. That's a swing and a miss for strike 3. 1 down. Here's Josh Reddick. 32 is a ground out to the second baseman. Ryan goes to third. So score 4-3. There are 2 outs. Brian McCann is the batter. Dick Perez on deck. Here's the pitch to McCann. 45 is going to be a base on balls. First and third with 2 away. Washington is at the bottom of the order. They're going to hope that McCall can get through this inning and then maybe pitch hit for him in the bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch to Marisnik. Infield still back. Rolls a 6-5. That's a foul fly ball by third base. Caught by Cecil Travis for the 3rd out. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Houston 5, Washington 3. Houston has a new pitcher for the bottom of the 8th. Here will be Tyler Clippard. He'll be facing Cecil Travis, Luke Sewell, and the pitcher. Most likely a pitch hitter for the pitcher. Here's the pitch to Cecil Travis. 1-1 roll. That's going to be a base hit for Cecil Travis. Get it started for Washington. That will bring a tying run up to the plate in the form of Luke Sewell. Here's the pitch to Luke Sewell. 26 is a double play ground ball. Nope, that's an X modifier, so it's not a double play. It's going to be a strikeout. 2 away. Timeout. Not 2 outs. There's 1 out. Washington will send up Cliff Bolton, the pinch hit for the pitcher, Red McCall. 39 at bats in 1933 at 410. Here's the pitch to Bolton. 45 is the roll. That's going to be a base on balls. And that puts the tying run on base. Jack Russell is warming up in the bullpen for Washington. He'll pitch in the 9th. Buddy Meyer comes to bat with 1 out. Here's the pitch. 1-2 is the roll. That's going to be hit on the ground. And that's going to be a Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve to Yulieski Gurriel double play. 6-4-3. And a big double play for Tyler Clippard. Retires the Senators in the 8th. We go to the top of the 9th, 5-3 Houston. On the pitch for the Washington Senators is Jack Russell, who had a 12-6 record in 1933 as grade A pitcher reliever, Z modifier. Houston will send up a pitch hitter for the pitcher Tyler Clippard. Pitch hitter is Derek Fisher. Here's the pitch to Derek Fisher to lead off the top of the 9th. 63 is the roll, and that's a strikeout. 1 down. Top of the order. And George Springer will come to bat. One six is the roll. That's a ground out to the pitcher. Russell throws over to Cool at first, and there's 2 outs. Alex is 3 for 3 today. Here's the pitch to Bregman. 1-6 is going to be a ground out to the shortstop, Joe Cronin, and he is retired. The Astros will go to the bottom of the 9th, try to protect a 2-run lead, 5-3. And closer Ken Giles will be called on to protect that lead. He will be facing Fred Schulte in the 9th, Joe Cronin, and Heine Manush. There's a pitch to Fred Schulte, who's 2 for 4 in the day. The roll is 25. That's going to be an 8 against a grade A pitcher. That's going to be a pop-up to Alex Bregman at third base. Schulte's the first out. Joe Cronin comes to bat. He has hit 2 for 3 today, single, double, and a walk. Scored a run and RBI. 65 is the roll. That's going to be a pop-up behind home plate. Catcher throws away the mask, and Brian McCann makes the catch. 2 away. Heine Manush, last chance for the Senators. Here's the pitch. 1-5 is the roll. That's going to be a base hit for Heine Manush. A single, solid line drive to center field. That can bring the tying run to the plate. Joe Cool's the batter. Well known for his defense, but he can hit too. There's the windup, the pitch to Cool. 51 is a 8 against grade A. That's going to be a ground ball hit to first base, caught by Gurriel. Flips to Giles at covering at first. 3-1. That's the end of the ball game. Final score: Houston Astros 5, Washington Senators 3. To wrap up on today's Game 5 of the World Series, as the Houston Astros scored 5 runs on 9 hits and committed no errors, while the Washington Senators scored 3 runs on 11 hits and no errors. The winning pitchers were Justin Verlander, who pitched 6 innings, gave up 3 runs, and the losing pitcher, General Alvin Crowder, pitched 6 innings and gave up 5 earned runs. Ken Giles got the save for Houston. Today's star of the game is Carlos Correa. He went 2 for 4, the home run in the 3rd inning. The 2-run homer is what gave Houston the distance between themselves and the Senators. Houston did all their scoring early in the 1st and 3rd innings, and then the bullpen held on from there and delivered victory in Game 3 for the Astros. They're up 3-2. So Carlos Correa is 8 for 20 on the series with 2 home runs, and with his 3 RBIs today, he has increased his RBIs to 6 on the series. We'll be back tomorrow with Game 6. Please join us. And if you like what you see, subscribe to APBA Brian. Thank you and have a good day.